And that big chill has Storm Station 7 on high alert. These bitterly cold temperatures don't seem to be going anywhere fast. Few people daring enough to brave the cold today. Temperatures not getting much above zero in most places.
And it's only going to get colder. Here's a live look outside. It's shaping up to be another long, cold and record-breaking night. This is now the coldest November 12th on record. And we have team coverage of this blast of cold. Meteorologist Matt Makins is out with Storm Tracker 7 with how these cold temperatures are impacting things right now.
And Lindsay Watts is at DIA, where passengers are finding delays after long trips getting to the airport.
And Lance Hernandez in Denver finding out how people are coping with all this cold.
But we start with Storm Station 7 Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson. A lot of single digits on the temperature map today, Mike.
Oh, it is so cold out there right now. In Denver, it's 2, and you combine the north winds 5 miles an hour, it feels like 8 below zero. Look at the numbers across the region. 3 degrees downtown at our studios, 4 at Littleton. It's already 5 below in Conifer, -7 at Netherland. And you throw in that wind and it makes it feel on exposed skin. 8 below in the Denver area, 11 below zero up in Fort Collins. Bitter cold up in the foothills as well. And that's where meteorologist Matt Makins is live right now in Storm Tracker 7.
Mike, we've been going throughout Clear Creek County. Now we're just outside of Central City in Blackhawk. And the roadways, once you get off I-70, become much slicker. They're all snow-packed. There is very little lane recognition to anything off of I-70 throughout the foothills and the mountain locations. Temperatures are even colder here also. 9 below was the coldest we found as we drove through town. And just down in Blackhawk, it will likely get very cold tonight. All this cold air that's up at the passes, 9 below, it likes to sink down at night, called cold air drainage. It'll fill down these valleys like Blackhawk, Central City, etc. So we have a very cold night ahead. We're going to head down into Blackhawk, check some of the town roads, and we'll have that update for you in just a few minutes. Until then, I'm with Corey Reppenhagen, meteorologist Matt Makins, Storm Station 7.
So colder is the word for tonight.
Absolutely, and check this out. By 6 o'clock, zero will be below zero by 8 to 9 p.m. And before midnight, we'll set a new record low for this date for the 12th, and we'll do another record low for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, those records we don't like.
No.
All right. Eric?
Right now, we want to show you how this is impacting tonight's commute. This is a live look at the CDOT camera here at I-25 in Bellevue. You can see cars are moving along just fine right now. A little sheen to the road out there, but still starting to slow down a little bit out there. And as you might guess, this weather is also impacting travel at DIA. We'll get to that in a moment, but we want to show you the traffic computer now and show you how traffic is doing around town. You can see a lot of areas. Just a few minutes ago, we saw mostly green and yellow here, but it's starting to pick up a lot of red in the area of I-25, I-70, some of the areas you might expect. Take it easy out there. Take it slow. We want to get back out to DIA now, where Lindsay Watts is joining us live and keeping an eye on the traffic and the congestion out there. Lindsay.
Yeah, Eric, hundreds of flights have been delayed here today. We are right by the arrival and departure boards. And take a look. The yellow times indicate that a flight has been changed. So tonight, well over half have been pushed back. I just talked to an airport spokesman, and he says the average delay time is about an hour at this point. He does expect, though, by about 8 o'clock tonight for the flights to be better back on track. So we have seen, obviously, a lot of people sitting around waiting here today. We talked to one family at the food court. They were hunkered down there for an 8-hour wait. Their problem was the drive to the airport this morning. They were coming from Steamboat Springs. They said they left right around 4 a.m. to catch a 10 o'clock flight, and they did not make it. They had to rebook. Certainly not the only ones to have that problem today. The roads around the state, especially bad this morning. And I'm told Pena Boulevard, leading to the airport, was very messy with a lot of crashes and delays.
What normally would take us about a 4-hour trip now took us more about 6 hours. And we got here, I think, as we were driving up Pena, I think I saw our plane take off.
And I tweeted with another passenger who told me that he boarded his flight on time and then didn't take off for another 5 hours. So while delays here have not been terrible, certainly not the best travel day for a lot of folks. In times like this, planes have to have ice removed before they can take off, and that can add to wait times. And coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, we'll give you a close-up look at that process and tell you about how DIA is trying to make it more efficient. We're live at DIA. Lindsay Watts, 7 News.
And the first official snow for Denver fell at DIA. A little over 2 inches of snow in the past 24 hours. But check these out. Superior 4, Lyons 7, Allens Park 9, Genesee 10, and 14 at El Dorado Springs. There's more snow coming up in the 7-day planner.
So whether walking your dog or getting out to the bus stop to get to work, I know many people just don't even have the option of staying indoors all day long. Well, 7 News reporter Lance Hernandez is out in West Denver talking with those brave folks today. Lance?
And I can tell you, we've seen tow truck drivers, we have seen letter carriers, we've even seen homeowners out working in the cold today. We shot some video in West Denver a little bit earlier today. This man, Nate Beekhuizen of Keeson Landscaping, was using a mini snowplow to clear sidewalks off some of the sidewalks in that part of town. He told me he's been out working nonstop since 2 o'clock this morning and will likely work late into the night. He said it's been a very long day, but very productive. He said this is the kind of weather that they refer to as white gold for businesses like his.
Landscape companies, you know, especially in Colorado, this is all we do in the summer. In the wintertime, it's snow. If it doesn't snow, we're hurting. So it is absolutely white gold.
Miserable to work out in, but it's worth it.
It pays the bills.
And people like Beekhuizen weren't the only ones extremely busy today. I contacted AAA Auto Club by phone a little bit earlier. They told me that all of their crews were so busy today dealing with traffic, you know, starting cars, jump-starting cars that had dead batteries or pulling cars out of barrel pits that had slid off the roadways. They didn't even have time to keep track of statistics. Suffice it to say, it has been a very, very busy day for tow truck drivers. In West Denver, Lance Hernandez, 7 News.